M0FXB, welcome back to the channel. Many of us have heard of the nicsure firmware on our TIDRADIO H3 models, and you can just see one here. Now on the left you'll see in the UV98, also known as the Radtel 880. Let's have a go at loading the latest nicsure firmware, so call it beta firmware, onto the Iradio, and you can see I've already loaded it there. And this is all about experimentation. Now, nicsure now has a Patreon page, and you are welcome to become a member. It's a few pounds per month, but then you have access to all of the modifications as they happen. Now, I've noticed that the Radtel 890's on there, the 900's on there, of course the H3. But in this video, let's load the firmware into the Iradio UV98 that you're seeing now, and have a look at one of the program loaders that nicsure has created. So you're going to need your cable, your programming cable, which I plugged into my USB-C here on the UV98. If you look, I've already used nicsure firmware to load Superman on there, and that's actually a much clearer image than I was expecting. And we've got some receive there. Not sure if you can hear that, but we've got some receive there on my node, and you can see the meter there. The menu looks completely different, as you can see. And we still have broadcast radio, and we can still set all the buttons. One of them is a spectrum. So first thing we'll do is go to the file. So down here on the left, and I will put in the links for you, and please explore the Patreon page. Look at the GPS there. Different windows, different experimentation. You can chat to the other members as well. DTMF decoding. And also I've opened up this window here, where I've loaded up the Superman image, and the image size was 240 by 320, I believe. But this, which is separate software running alongside, well, it's hard to explain. So you've got the window here where you've got channels, groups, user keys, band plan, power. This is like a control panel once connected to your device. And I use this to load up the image, the startup image, but also the firmware. So we're going to show you how to download both of these items, the firmware and then the control panel, let's call it. So I created a new folder just here called nic880. So you right click on your desktop and go new, where is that? Show more options. And you want to create a new folder. So you need to just get a gap, right click, new folder, and then name it. Okay, so you got yourself a folder. Then I went over to the download section. I'll put a direct link in, and I firstly downloaded the Win64 zip that is within the 880 beta firmware 2B. So I clicked that. We'll do it now. It goes up to my download folder, which is here. Click that, and then I extracted it. You just click it, extract to, just here, and I extracted it to my nic80 folder. Once inside that folder, just double click it. You get some options here, and one of them is a bin file. Where is it? No, this is the, sorry, my mistake. This is the control panel. So let's run it. So we're going to go double click. Apologies for the mistake. And the control panel comes, and this is where the control panel that I used to load the firmware once the cable's connected. If you look here at the bottom, it says comms here, and I selected COM3 115200. To get your COM number, just right click on here, device manager, right click, device manager. And went down to ports, just go down, double click, and then look, COM3. Right click, properties, and I just made sure it was on 115200, and we know that it's COM3. So now on the startup I could load the image. Now I had to create the image, or create the size of the image, and I just used paint. So if we go to my original image, let me just go over that again. So you go over to startup in paint, just in case we missed it. We'll go back to the image. Just going over that again, just in case I got it wrong. Right click, paint. Again, right click, open with paint. There you go. And then we're gonna resize, file, image properties, 320. I think it's 240. 240 by 320. Click OK, and then file, save as, and then bitmap. Just save that, like I said earlier. Somewhere you're going to find it and go save. So we've got our image, and then now just go back to the control panel, which is here. This is our control panel, and just go load image, and if it's the right size it will load, and then you just go right to radio, and you'll see it writing down here at the bottom, and the radio at the end of it should reboot once it gets there. So then we'll look at loading up the actual firmware. There you go. So let's do the firmware. On the control panel, click firmware here. You're on this window. Then let's get to the firmware. Go down here and it says here NIC firmware 880 beta bin. Double click that. It downloads to your download folder. We've got the bin file. And what I do is I go right click, show in folder, and I just drag it somewhere on my desktop, and I literally just dragged it here. Okay, so we've got that on my desktop. Now back to the control panel. And remember, to get the control panel, you're just clicking the Win. I got 64 computer here. To double click it, you download it, and then run it, Win64. Double click the NIC firmware 880 RMS. Then more, run anyway, and you've got your control panel. That opens up. Now we're going to connect our cable. Get the radio into firmware mode. Just turn it off. Press the top PTT, turn on. Yeah, on mine it's the white screen. You might have a black screen. Then on the control panel, go firmware. Select the file. So I put mine on my desktop and it should be here. Let's find it. Where do we put that? There it is. Double click. We put the file there. Then select your right COM number, baud rate, and then click flash firmware. And if you've done this right, it will start to go red and load that up. Give that a minute. Now, I notice it hasn't gone yet, so if you look up here, look, you've got UV98 selection there. Let's try again. And it's going now. So it does make a difference if you select either the UV80 or the UV98, which I think it's good. It means that it's, you know, it's been made for the UV98. Okay, I don't think my model is GPS, but hey, we'll test it. So this video is more about showing you how to load the firmware, load the control panel, and just turn it off. Once the red is completed, turn it off, then on, and it's come to life now. So we've shown you how to load the firmware, we've shown you how to load the control panel, and where to access everything, where to find the nicsure Patreon page. This is really my first main video on this. So if you look here, we've got channels, groups, user keys. See the way you've got LP2 start spectrum. Let's have a quick look around at these user keys. Let's move this radio out of the way so we can see what we're doing. Select group. You've got the star, lock unlock, edit, shut down, squelch override, DTMF, emergency buttons, because you've got button on top, haven't you? Day and night mode. Ooh. And look at all the selections. Squelch, start scan, start VFO, start scan VFO, start scan menu. So, you know, a lot. Multi-watch on 9, on 8. Start the tuner. We've done that. That's the middle antenna. Toggle, reverse, start scan. Groups, power. Looks like you can tinker around with the power on this as well. Scanning. DTMF fonts. You can play with the fonts. The picture we did, the firmware channel. So yeah, a lot of tinkering to be done. I think that's enough for this video because even I'm a bit overwhelmed by doing it. And quick look at the radio. We'll press some of those buttons, shall we, and just see what happens. And then let me just, I need to just sit and tinker with it for a while. Let's quickly do a read. Now I feel like I've lost all my memory channels because when I did this earlier, it didn't have any memory channels. And there's still none there. So I need to learn about how to load memories. And let's press some of these buttons. So we'll press and hold number 2. And we got the scope. Go back with the red. Press and hold the 0. Not sure what that's doing. Press and hold the 8. You go into the sort of radio mode. So I need to, you can type a frequency, 07, star is a dot, 1, 5. Yes, I might need to change the band because I want to get it onto the HF band and see what that looks like. Let's go back. No, let's press and hold the 8 again. I'm not sure how to come out of that yet. Remember, I've only just loaded this. Number 9. So 8. I think let me tinker, otherwise I'm just shooting in the dark here. So let me tinker. Thanks to nicsure Developments. Please think about joining the Patreon there, just on the right hand side here. It's a way of supporting the work, and it's a lot of work. I'll just show you that the different radios that you can look at, and then we'll end. If you click on the home page, you get this, okay? And all the downloads are there. But if you click on collections, and I do have these radios, you'll see you've got the stock firmwares that, just in case you get a bit lost and you want to load the stock firmware, you can. Technical documents, schematics, reference docs, and data sheets. The 880 releases, and that's where I found my 98. Documentation here. 890 releases, which I do have. The 900 releases, and I haven't even used the 890 and the 900 nicsure firmware. I haven't even tried that yet. And then we've got the H3 releases, and you saw me doing that, but mine's got the older H3. So I haven't even got the latest release, which is 2.5.22. I could just quickly load it on just for fun, and then we'll end the video because I've got the cable here and everything. So there's my little loader. So we're all connected. I'm just going to see if my USB cable works. Open the file, double click the bin, like so, and then you click start. And normally I would just press the PTT and turn on. I might have, if it doesn't work, I might have to change the cable. Let me just grab the other cable a minute. Remember to select your COM because I did forget that. So we're looking for COM 3. COM 3, click OK. I'm going to end it, then click start, and then let's try it now. Both on cable now. And that's going in. So a lot of people do mess with me saying, where's the nicsure firmware? It's not on Facebook anymore, and that's because it's on Patreon. So that's going in. I don't even know what is going to actually happen to my radio because I haven't used this method of adding the firmware for a long time. So has that gone in? Let's have a look. Download successful. And don't worry if it doesn't turn on nicsure firmware. It doesn't matter because you can just reload the old one, but it looks like it has gone in. So there you are. Look at that, 1200 megs. 434 dot with the star 550. There's my node. AB. I've got the Bluetooth there. Oh, look at that. User menu. Back. Where's my AB button gone? There it is. 133 dot. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. Okay. Check out the community. If you look on the left here, it says community. You've got other users, experimenters messaging each other. It does say here direct messages, group chats, and lots more. Thanks very much. And yeah, a lot more to learn. Bye for now, 7-3. All the best.